Anthony, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me, boss?
Yes, I can. Everybody, this is Anthony Ivy, one half of the main event for Warrior Wednesday 7, 1 week from today in Southgate, Michigan. And how you doing this evening, Anthony?
Good, boss. How about yourself, man?
I'm doing all right. Now, I would be remiss as a fan of comic books, and I know Mike's probably going to yell at me at this, but your nickname is Aquaman. So I assume you are a fan of the character Aquaman, and not just the movie with Jason Momoa, right?
No. It goes. It's a long story, man. But it goes a little back, man. My coach gave it to me back when I was an amateur, and man, it was hard because I first was going for like Anthony Ghost Ivy or something like that, or taking my twin brother's name because he was an MMA fighter. He's an MMA fighter as well. He was called Poison, but at the time he was like, "Nah, go something a little different. Go a little something different." So we went through this whole ordeal about it, and he came up with the name Aquaman.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pretty long story. It's I'm trying to make it short as possible. It's so back in Aquaman back in like the 70s and 80s and everything, he wasn't a known character. Nobody liked him. Oh, he can talk to fish, and he doesn't have no superpowers and none of that. So it's the same thing with me, man. Nobody know about me. I came into this fight game with nothing. The only thing I had was just my traditional background back in Kuxa One in Waltham. But that's all I had. But nobody know anything about me. And here it is. I took over the whole amateur for 155, and I ended up winning the PCG belt. So when I did that, that's when my coach decided to call me Aquaman, because then the new Era 52 came out back a few years ago. This is when Aquaman just started exploding. Everybody loved him. Everybody's doing everything. It's the same thing with me. I started exploding. I started fighting a really tough opponent, and start winning. So that's when the name came from, boss.
Okay, well, I really like it. You can't see it right now, but I actually have a shrine dedicated to Aquaman with 2 signed books from some of the creators. Neil Adams, I have all the Funko Pops, including the Jim Lee Deluxe one with the black. I got Black Manta up there, like classic Aquaman, Jason Momoa Aquaman. So it's like a whole shrine I have in a shadow box. So when I heard we signed you to fight, I was like, oh man, that's like the first question right off rip. Like,
yeah, I'm the same way, man. My little brother, those little pop dolls that they're selling is really big. Yeah. So a few of my friends, Andy Gomez, and of course my twin brother, they gave me a few of those characters. I have them like actually sitting right here, and then I have a whole bunch of comic books all in this area right here and everything. So it's pretty cool, man. I collect a lot of Aquaman stuff too as well.
Okay, for sure. So, all right, awesome, good. Because sometimes you never know. People are just like, oh, the name sounded cool or something. So I want.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, let's get to your fight here. Obviously, you're taking on Willis Black, one of the toughest guys that the WC has, the reigning welterweight champion. A lot of similarities between the two of you coming into this fight. You guys have the same record. You both have finished all your fights. You're both are four fight winning streak, and you're both are champions in respective organizations. So, this got to be a very big matchup for you coming in here and trying to take out like the hometown guy here.
Yes, yeah, it's huge. It's exciting. I took it short notice. It's only about 4 weeks, something like that, until we actually got everything settled down. But it's exciting. I'm a professional, so we got it, get it done and see what we can do with them.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, like I said, over this. Whoa, that was weird. All right, that was weird for a second. All right, so like I said, you're on a 4-fight winning streak. Your last fight was back in June. You were able to get the victory there by strikes in the organization Fury FC. Talk a little bit about that victory, Anthony.
Okay, so the actual opponent, Jason Lanninger, he's the guy that I fought back in Bellator, I think in about 2015, 2016, something like that. I lost against him because I ended up suffering an injury in my shoulder, because when he ended up throwing me, I landed wrong and it kind of jacked my shoulder up. So while I was trying to defend a submission, it just too much pain or ordeal. Just gotta get out of it. Just started my career. Let's not go out like this, So I ended up tapping. It's all over, but it was this big ordeal because he's a huge shit talker, very huge shit talker, man. And I don't play no too well to shit talkers like that. So as the years go, I had to start climbing the way up. On my climb up, I ended up suffering a loss while I'm close on my climb up. So finally, I fought against Washington to defend the belt, and the whole objective was to get back to Jason because I wanted that rematch. This whole entire time I wanted that rematch, but it wasn't just about him. It was just to prove to myself that I was a lot better than what they say because this guy was supposed to be. He's supposed to be going to the UFC Contender Series. You know, he's Jason's this, Jason's that.
Right.
He's LFA. LFA is one of their top welterweights. If you look in his bios of everything of all of his fights, it's LFA, 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 and it's like this is ridiculous, dog. This is I can beat this guy. I can beat this guy. I can beat this guy. So finally got to the time that I was defending my belt against him. But before I even defended the belt against him, I started fighting against. I fought against his teammate Aaron Reeves.
Okay.
Finished him, and I finally got to Jason. So during the fight, it's just the same thing, the same game plan, man. We just drowned him. That's all we're gonna do. We just drown him, man. Nobody's ready for that. Nobody's ready for that high intensity that I can bring to the fights, man. So I was sitting there just outworking him. It's a little frustrating because I end up dropping him with the elbow in the first round, but the ref didn't stop it. I assumed that he stopped it because he wasn't doing anything. I dropped him, he fell, and I was just going at him, boom, 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 and then the ref didn't stop it. So the bell rung. Okay, we went to the second round, and it just dragged on me punching him, and it was ridiculous. But hey, that's what we have refs for. But I ended up winning the fight anyways with the TKO fashion. So yeah.
Now, of course, he'll be taking on Willis Black. He's, like I said, much like you, he's known for getting the finish. What are some, when you've been looking and kind of breaking down Willis, what are some things that you saw, him bring to the table?
When you break to the table?
Yeah. What did you see from watching some film on Fight Pass and whatnot?
Let's see. There's a few things. I just know people make a lot of mistakes going forward on him a little bit too hard. There's a reason why he's been kind of like sleeping people. It's a little difficult because you only had like 3 weeks to study him and everything. So it's nothing that I haven't dealt with before. I dealt with hard hitters just like him. My LFA debut was with a hard hitter with Ashton. He was just a hard hitter as well. He's known for that. So man, dude, it's the same thing. We just plan to go out there and just drown him. That's it. Just drown him, man.
Now, of course, we got a couple questions here from Mr. Mike Pedinelli. He was saying, do you believe a win at Warrior Wednesday 7, could that push you into an organization like the UFC?
Yeah, I mean, it should. I mean, Willis Black is good. I'm good as well. This is two champions going at each other hard, so this is. I mean, what else is out there? He's fighting way in Detroit. I'm way here in Texas, so I don't see why not. If not, man, shit, we both should be going out there because it's such a short notice fight. Like, hey, we got these guys going at it. Let's see how they can perform. Fuck it, sign both of them. Why just sign one guy? Sign both of them. They work just as hard to get here. So, it is what we're gonna do from there. So I think one of us should be end up in the UFC.
Now, would this be the farthest you fought from where you trained in Texas, or have you fought further?
No, I've always fought in Texas.
Okay, so I mean, not that much difference in time zone. I think it's only like an hour difference.
Yeah, you're an hour ahead.
Do you see that fighting kind of away from home a little bit? Do you see that bringing up any issues for you?
No, because I've always fought in different hometowns. Only fought twice here as a professional throughout my whole. Oh, I'm sorry. No. I'm lying about that. I fought multiple times here at San Antonio. But usually the big fights that I've fought, it's always been at a different hometown. So it's always going to be the same. I think the weather is going to be a little different because right now we're training in it says like 90, 95, but fuck, man, it feels like 110. So I think just the weather is going to be a little different because I think it's a little bit cooler because in Texas, 70 degrees weather, that's cold to us. So that's what might be a little different,
I hear you. I went to Austin a few years ago, and I was like, I'm like, it's Texas, but it'll be September. It won't be that hot. No, it was like 90 plus every day.
Yeah,
I was sweating my butt off. I'm like, this is not how it is back home.
you damn near dropped 3-4 pounds walking to the car.
I probably did because I was just there for a quick weekend for Wizard World Austin actually, and so I was so I didn't have a rental car or anything because I'm like just
Right.
worried about getting the convention. But just walking around town, luckily I had Under Armour on. Otherwise, I think I would have, I wouldn't have been able to make it. Wicked way to sweat. But all right. So obviously this is a 5-round fight. I know you guys are both finishers, but do you see a scenario in your head where it could go the full 25 minutes?
Yeah, yes, most definitely so. Most definitely so because, um, man, it's when we it's both of us when we fight really tough opponents, we end up lasting a little bit longer through the rounds because he's no joke, I'm no joke. So it's not going to be that easy just to finish somebody that at our skill level. So I could potentially see it go 25 rounds, maybe 25 rounds, sorry, 25 minutes.
Right.
But that's what, as like he says, that's not the plan. I'm trying to make the fight to no decision. I'm not trying to go finally put a decision on my record, especially in my case because we're fighting at his hometown. I don't want to make it to. I don't want to leave it up to the judges. I never want to leave my fight to the judges. So this is it could possibly happen.
So what would it mean for you next Wednesday if you add another belt to your wall there?
It'd be it'd be it'd be it'd be great, man. That'd be a blessing. This is why I work hard for every single day, man. I'm telling you, I'm in the gym every single day, 3 to 4 hours, grinding hard. I have a full-time job. I'm a family man. It's what I look for. Man, it's something amazing. And actually, when I win the belt, I plan to keep it at the gym that I train at, not here. These are something just it means much to me because I have
Right.
three of those Fury belts. One of them my coach has, I have one, and then the gym has one. But this one means a lot to me because of the fact that it was me defending against Jason. So that's why I'm gonna keep this one home. So
Right.
yeah. So, but it will mean a lot to me.
Absolutely. Now, of course, this fight will be not only live on Fight Pass, but obviously will be the main event of the evening as well. So I was wondering if you could talk about, being on live and being in the main event, being the featured bout of the evening next week.
uh Main event. I'm I can't say always comfortable because you can never be comfortable at the main event because it's the wait time. And for people that out there watching and listening to this, it's difficult. It gets difficult sometimes because when I'm the champion fighting for Fury, Eric throws shows 12 to 15 fights on the organization. So I'm waiting literally an hour to 2 hours waiting to fight. So you're hearing all the ooh,
Right.
and you're sitting and mentally trying to prepare, and you're seeing guys coming back and forth in and out from just going out there having war and stuff. So that changes a lot of people as far as the weight game, as far as especially being a champion. And if you want to look at Mike Tyson talks about it a lot of how you have to sit there and just try to stay focused.
Right.
But main event, it's not something that I'm kind of shy about. It's something that I'm waiting for it. It's gonna be a little different because the card. I think the card is a little bit smaller. I think it's like 7 bouts or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a little different because of it's gonna happen so fast. It's gonna be like we enter and then oh shit, I'm already fighting. So it's exciting at the same time because I kind of like those.
Right.
We're in and out, so we all get to go home and do what we got to do. So it's gonna be exciting, man. It's gonna be very very, very exciting. So
Absolutely. Is there anything that you would like to say to Willis before you step inside the cage against him next week?
Nah, just like the last interview that we had last time, boss. Our goal to glide, we come out there safe and sound. We both get out of there. We'll be able to see our daughters. Let's have a good fight, man. Let's show them. Let's show these welterweights what we all about. Let's go out there and work, man. That's it. Let's see who's gonna get the best.
Absolutely.
So good luck to them.
Any thank you, shout out, sponsors, anything like that you'd like to mention, Anthony?
Yes. First and foremost, I want to thank my wife, Lori Ivy, for always supporting me through all this hell. She's a fighter as well, so she's understanding through. I want to thank her a lot for having my back through the losses and even now, even with the short notice fight and everything else. I want to thank her for everything. I want to thank all my sponsors. They know who they are. Great Fight Company, 18 Fitness. I want to thank Fight Back CBD, Corey for always sponsoring me through help me getting clothes or money, anything else is as far as from there. I want to thank my main training partners at BTE, a Brazilian top team here in Texas. I want to thank everybody for helping me out, prepare for this fight, even though it's short notice, sticking through there, especially training in the damn heat. It's something different, So I really want to appreciate all that, and that's about it, man.
All right, and last but not least, where can people follow you on social media?
Everybody can follow me. I have a Facebook page and an Instagram page and a Twitter page. They're all Aquaman, Anthony Aquaman Ivy. You can all follow me on there. I have a Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter page. You can all follow me on there.
All right, that's it. He is Anthony Aquaman Ivy. And Anthony, thanks for chatting with me this evening. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to your fight next week.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll see you then.
All right, boss. Thank you.
Once again, that was Anthony Aquaman Ivy right here on Facebook Interviews for Warrior Wednesday 7.